This is a FirstWARN Tri-Cities severe weather alert.
Alright, storm here over parts of Cumberland County, really ramping up. Hello everyone, thanks for joining us. Skylar Doyle here with you. Severe thunderstorm warning coming for Putnam, White, and Cumberland counties in Middle Tennessee until 6:45 Central, 7:45 Eastern. This is going to stay just outside of the Crossville area, but will include I-40 between Monterey and Putnam County down to the Crossville area. Does not include Cookville. Does include the eastern side of Sparta, though. The storm could be containing some small hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. That's going to be our main threat. It's trying to rotate a little bit earlier. That rotation is now weakened, luckily here. We've been having issues with our green screen here all night, but right here is kind of where the strongest of winds are, and it's in slow motion, so we're just going to take the green screen off. And right here, though, is our strong wind potential. Again, this is just east of Sparta on Highway 78, Pleasant Hill. You need to prepare for strong winds here up to 60 miles an hour with this severe thunderstorm. Also, watching a severe storm to the south of this, just east of McMinnville now. It's been rotating a little bit, rotation been weakening, but it's heading toward Bledsoe County. So if you're in Bledsoe County, Tennessee as well, we need you to just be ready and be mindful that a potential of a tornado could be heading your way in Bledsoe, or not a tornado, sorry, but of a severe storm with the potential of 60-mile-an-hour winds could be heading your way in Bledsoe County. So let's take you a look first, though, at the warning that does include part of our coverage area in western Cumberland County here. And it's still going slow motion even after I disconnected it and reconnected it. So we're just going to stay like this. Again, this is a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Cumberland County, parts of White County, and parts of Cumberland County, Putnam, and White counties until 6:45 Central, 7:45 Eastern, for the potential of some gusty, damaging winds up to 60 miles an hour. It's like a little bit of a hail core within that as well. That updraft might be trying to grow in this storm. So let's go to that high-res velocity imagery and show you this here. And I'm actually going to pull up something else here behind the scenes. See if I see anything. We might have a little bit of weak rotation within this storm. I'm going to switch us to another radar product. So just hold with me here. Switch us here to a little bit of a different view of things. But right here, pushing into Pleasant Hill, might have some weak rotation. If you're in Pleasant Hill and if you're in Crossville, don't go to that tornado safe place just yet. Just stay inside, but be steps away from that safe place in case this strengthens and could require a tornado warning. It's very weak rotation, but it's something we have to watch. These have a tendency in these lines to spin up and spin down really quickly. So if you're in Pleasant Hill, Crossville, down toward Lake Tansy, I just want you to watch this carefully and be ready in case this storm does impact you. We'll head back to our normal radar, though, that we normally use for our coverage, and show you this storm here, and I will minimize that from my view so I don't see that as much as well. And yeah, it kind of weakened a little bit down that last scan, but we're also watching it sail east of McMinnville, south of Spencer. That is also weakly rotating, so Bledsoe County needs to be on alert for that. But right now, it is that of a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of western Cumberland County. It does include I-40 there, Drowning Creek, you're in this, Pleasant Hill, you're in this, the Oneida subdivisions just outside of this, and Janmore Acres, you're on the outer range of this. No travels advised right now on Highway 70 between Sparta and Crossville due to that threat here of some gusty winds, some hail, some heavy rain, limited visibility within this. And again, if we're seeing any rotation, that's about where it's going to be at. So again, we are going to go with this now for damaging straight line winds. That's going to be our main threat within this storm of 60 miles an hour within this line. If we see any warnings throughout the remainder of the evening, it will most likely be severe thunderstorm warnings, not tornado warnings. It will most likely be for that threat of some damaging straight line wind gusts. That is what we are looking at as we speak right now. But again, it is a severe thunderstorm warning for parts of Cumberland, parts of Putnam, parts of White counties until 6:45 Central Time, 7:45 Eastern Time here. We are on Green WX and FirstWARN Tri-Cities YouTube and website, kind of cross-streaming there. We are not on our main FirstWARN Tri-Cities Twitter and Facebook, as these storms are south of the FirstWARN Tri-Cities coverage area. And no more really strong to severe activity is expected there. Area-wide, we will have a flooding concern. Let's go to the Knoxville, or the Morristown radar. We're watching all of this activity back off to the west here. We're going to try the chroma key wall. We're going to see, it might. This activity back here, as all this is pushing in, we've had some heavy rain up here as well. All of this is leading to the potential of some heavy rainfall that could lead to, yes, some localized flooding. So we're going to continue to watch that closely as I try to get the chroma key wall up here. There is no really major significant flood issues expected, but some localized flooding, localized ponding, maybe a flash flood warning or two could be possible, especially the northern plateau. That's seen the most rain this morning. If you saw rain this morning, your flash flood risk is up a little bit than what it was. Let's head back to our radar view, and let's switch back to Nashville because we're watching this really nasty storm now pushing into Cumberland County. Pleasant Hill, it would not be a smart idea to be outside right now. These are going to have a lot of lightning, some gusty winds with them as well. But the good news is, over the past few scans, I've noticed rotation on that McMinnville storm has weakened and almost dissipated. And the rotation that we saw over Sparta that was weak, nonetheless never had a tornado warning on it, has also basically diminished out of this storm. So right now, this is transitioning from a tornado threat like it was back in Middle Tennessee, where they had a tornado threat and a few tornado warnings issued by the National Weather Service in Nashville, to a damaging straight-line wind threat as it progresses eastward. But how far eastward does that straight-line wind damage threat go? That is our main question right now. We do not expect it really to go past the 75 corridor. East of I-75, your severe weather threat is very low, but we cannot rule out flooding. That would be the threat east of 75. West of 75 is some damaging wind gusts, very low in threat of an isolated tornado, very low in threat of hail in excess of quarter size, but we could have some small hail within these. And then the flash flooding risk, especially if you're on the northern end of the Cumberland Plateau. That's where we believe the flash flood risk is highest across the area here. Again, northern part of the Cumberland Plateau into southeast Kentucky. But again, I want to stress, this is not a major flood event. This is a very isolated, localized flooding event if we see any flooding this evening. So that is what we have right now. Let's go ahead and try the chroma key wall one more time. We restarted. We done a full reset on our camera source. So I'm gonna try to walk back in, and no, that's just not wanting to work for us. So we'll do what we can. We'll try to fix that. But again, this from Ravenscroft to Pleasant Hill is what we're watching right now. Again, turn back on velocity. There's no rotation. It's just a lot of gusty winds within this. So winds up to 60 miles an hour definitely cannot be ruled out within this severe thunderstorm warning. Again, it goes until 6:45 Central Time for parts of Cumberland, Putnam, and White counties. Cumberland County in our coverage area. And that is what we have right now. Again, it goes until 6:45 Central. The time is 6:45 Central. I'm sorry, when it goes to the time is 6:25 Central Time. Skylar Royal here with you for this severe thunderstorm warning, and we have an effect to your FirstWARN Tri-Cities here, helping our partners out at Green WX, provide you some live severe weather coverage as these storms move into the area. What we're going to do right now is we're going to go back to our normal posting coverage of this severe storm. Yeah, the severe storm right now is pushing into Cumberland County as we speak. We're going to do we need to do some behind the scenes resetting on a couple of things here in our graphics-wise and graphic system. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a brief, and I mean a brief break here. Let me check this storm down here just real quick, just to make sure we have nothing suspicious going on. Actually, we're going to stick with this. If you're in Marion County, I want you to stay alert. There's some broad rotation near Mulberry, Tennessee that we need to watch. It's nonetheless broad, but it's there on the Huntsville radar. Actually, on the Nashville radar, it looks pretty good. Let me see what it looks like here behind the scenes on Storm Relative. It is broad. Let's take this on our other radar source, please. And yeah, I mean, it is broad, but it is there. We need to keep an eye on this little area right here, I do believe. Let us see. Let's go up and look at Huntsville radar for these. I'm not seeing in the Nashville radar. I'm not seeing anything that really sticks out to me rotation-wise. Strong rotation. But again, this area here, just south of Lynchburg, Tennessee, heading toward Winchester. You might just want to watch that closely. I'll see, we're going to have an imminent tornado threat, but we'll watch it closely. But for now, we're going to go off the air. We'll be back if need be live on Green WX. I'm Skylar Royal for FirstWARN Tri-Cities.